All right, travel crew, look alive because we just stepped into a whole new level of culinary chaos. This is Abe, your cursed chef. And while my senses of sight, touch, and smell are sharper than any blade, my palate is a void. My curse renders every flavor into a dull, flat nothingness. But we're here to break it. The air here is thick with a cloying, earthy sweetness, like ancient fermenting sap, mixed with the sharp tang of mineral-rich soil. This is the Whispering Woods, a place where the gnarled, colossal trees seem to breathe, their branches twisting into skeletal fingers. You see those faint, ethereal lights flickering between the trunks? Leela just picked up an anomalous energy signature on her hand-cranked chronometer. She says the very air pressure is fluctuating wildly, causing a low, resonant thrum that vibrates right through the ground. This instability feels like the woods are actively trying to disorient us, a common tale of places where the veil between worlds thins. I just spotted a faint carving on that mossy stone. It looks like a stylized bee, but with unnervingly elongated wings. It's a warning, hinting at the source of this potent, sugary aroma, a clue to the bee frequency plant. My curse is already making my tongue ache with the absence of flavor, even from these powerful scents. How do you guys think we'll track a plant whose very essence warps the environment? All right, travel crew, this place just got a whole lot more interesting. I'm approaching a lone figure, cloaked in moss that subtly pulses with a soft, bioluminescent glow. This must be Finn, the woodsman Leela's chronometer hinted at. Careful, young chef, Finn rasps, his voice like dry leaves. The glimmer bloom here isn't for the faint of heart. He points to a distant shimmer. Its pollen carries the humming fever, a buzzing in the bones that never leaves. My nose confirms it. There's a distinct, high-pitched trickle in the air. Not just sweetness, but a sharp, almost electrical tang that makes my sinuses tingle. Leela just nudged me, pointing to her analog barometer. She says the atmospheric pressure fluctuations are intensifying, correlating directly with Finn's humming fever description. This isn't just a plant. It's a living, breathing atmospheric anomaly. My tongue feels like a hollow echo chamber, craving any sensation from this potent, buzzing air. How do we even begin to approach a plant that weaponizes the very atmosphere, crew? All right, crew, check out this spectacle. Finn's warning about the glimmer bloom led us to this shimmering grotto, a place locals whisper is forbidden. The air here is thick with a resinous sweetness, almost cloying, but beneath it, a sharp crystalline scent that makes my teeth ache. There it is, a cluster of bioluminescent flora pulsing with an internal light that shifts from soft amber to an aggressive, piercing white. I'm using my thermal tongs to gently part the surrounding foliage, not touching the bloom itself. As my shadow falls across one, its glow intensifies and the prickle in the air sharpens, vibrating through my bones just like Finn described. This plant isn't just growing, it's actively responding, almost defensively. My tongue feels like a parched desert, aching for any taste from this overwhelming sensory assault. It's clear why no one dares harvest this. How do we even begin to purify something so fiercely alive? Travel crew? All right, crew. Time to see if these glimmer blooms are as feisty as Finn warned. I'm extending my thermal tongs, aiming for a clean snip at the base of this pulsing cluster. The air is thickening, almost viscous around my hands. Leela's chronometer is screaming, guys. She's picking up a massive energy surge, a rapid harmonic distortion in the grotto's core frequency. As I make my move, the bloom flares, a blinding white light erupting with a sharp, percussive crack that echoes off the grotto walls. My tongs recoil, sparking against the air itself, and the scent of burnt sugar and ionized air stings my nostrils. My tongue feels like a parched desert, aching for any taste from this raw, defensive power. This isn't just a plant, it's a living fortress. How do we even begin to approach an ingredient that fights back with such ferocity, travel crew? That lettuce burst was a wake-up call, crew. Brute force won't work here. The air still crackles with a sharp, metallic tang from the bloom's defense, making my tongue feel like sandpaper. Kiki, the nimble forest watcher, just chittered nervously from that mossy branch, her wide eyes fixed on the pulsing glimmer bloom. She pointed a tiny, gnarled finger at the bloom's base, then made a soft, rhythmic tapping sound against the tree bark. Aha! A timing clue. I'm ditching the tongs for my sonic resonator, a delicate instrument designed to match specific harmonic frequencies. Instead of attacking, I'm going to listen to its rhythm, feeling for the subtle ebb and flow of its energy. The bloom pulses with a deep, resonant hum, a low, guttural thrum that vibrates through the very ground beneath my feet. I'm adjusting the resonator, trying to sync with its defensive cycle, waiting for that precise moment of vulnerability. My tongue feels like a lead weight, heavy with the absence of any flavor, even as the air fills with the bloom's potent, sugary perfume. This is a dance, not a fight. Do you think I can outmaneuver this living fortress with rhythm alone, travel crew? All right, travel crew, that's how you dance with a living enigma. The sonic resonator found its perfect harmony, and the glimmer bloom finally yielded its core. I moved fast, using pre-prepared woven vines and broad, resilient leaves to cradle the pulsing mass. The sheer gravitational pull of this thing is intense, making my arms ache with its unexpected heft. It feels like I'm holding a miniature star, dense and radiating a peculiar, viscous warmth. Kiki, perched above, let out a sharp, startled chirp, her eyes wide as saucers. The entire clearing around us began to undulate, the ground rippling like disturbed water. Ancient tree roots pulsed with a faint internal luminescence, responding to the bloom's removal. My tongue feels like a hollow echo chamber, utterly devoid of sensation, even as the air thickens with its raw, resinous sweetness. This containment vessel is barely holding, the twine groaning under the strain. Do you think this makeshift prison will last until we reach the purification chamber, travel crew? All right, travel crew, this is where the real dance begins. The whispering woods are unraveling around us because the glimmer bloom's removal has left a gaping energetic void. Ancient roots, once pulsing with soft light, now crackle and splinter or grip on the earth failing. The air itself feels turbulent, pockets of dense pressure suddenly giving way to thin, sibilant drafts that tug at my clothes. I'm counterbalancing the bloom's intense gravitational pull, synchronizing my steps with the ground's erratic tremors. My arms ache, but I'm calibrating every movement, using my core strength to keep this volatile energy stable. Suddenly, a small luminescent creature, a glimmer sprite, tumbled from a fracturing branch, caught in a collapsing root system. I pivoted, extending my foot to brace the falling branch, creating a momentary platform for the terrified sprite to escape. Its tiny, chirping gratitude was a fleeting sound against the cacophonous groaning of the forest. My tongue feels like a parched, hollow vessel, utterly devoid of sensation, even as the air thickens with the bloom's raw, resinous sweetness. Do you think we can keep this volatile energy contained through the next phase, travel crew? All right, travel crew, the real work begins with precision, not brute force. I'm using this naturally heated ancient stone, carefully applying just enough radiant warmth to the thrumming thistle's core. Leela just pointed to her analog gauge, her brow furrowed, warning me of a rapid atmospheric shift if I push too hard. She's tracking the thistle's internal energy, which is reacting violently, threatening to unravel the very air around us. I'm adjusting my grip, using a smooth, river-worn pestle to apply controlled pressure, coaxing out its dense, honeyed sap. A nearby cluster of glimmer sprites just scattered, their tiny lights flickering erratically as the ground pulsed beneath my feet. My tongue is already registering a phantom sensation, a searing, acrid burn that scrapes at the back of my throat. It's followed by a fleeting, icy prickle, like shattered glass dissolving on my palate. This isn't just purification. It's a high-stakes negotiation with the woods itself. Can we maintain this delicate balance, travel crew? All right, travel crew, the moment of truth is here. This purified thrumming thistle, dense with its honeyed sap, is ready. I take a measured bite, and for a fleeting instant, a profound, syrupy sweetness coats my tongue, like ancient nectar from a forgotten bloom. Then, the curse hits, a volcanic eruption of searing heat, followed by a glacial, splintering cold that threatens to shatter my teeth and jaw. My vision blurs, not from pain, but from an overwhelming, intricate tapestry of sound now woven into the very air. Leela just gasped, her analog chronometer spinning wildly, indicating a massive localized reality distortion. She's pointing to the air, which now shimmers with countless rapid-fire frequencies, a cacophony of tiny, buzzing voices, each a distinct, urgent whisper. The glimmer sprites around us are spiraling in frantic, luminous patterns, their light pulses mirroring the chaotic energy now coursing through me. My entire body vibrates with an intense, resonant hum, a symphony of unseen life demanding my attention. This isn't just taste blindness, it's a full-spectrum assault, a violent awakening. Did you guys see that ripple through the woods, or was that just me? All right, travel crew, that thrumming thistle didn't just hit me, it rewired me. My entire being still resonates with a low, persistent hum, a constant echo of those insect frequencies. Leela just confirmed her chronometer readings are stabilizing, but she's pointing out the residual energy signature around me is now permanently altered, a new baseline. She says, it's like my internal biorhythms have been recalibrated to a higher, more chaotic frequency. This world's energy is definitely fading. The ethereal lights dimming, the resonant thrum softening to a whisper. I'm leaving this purified thistle sap, mixed with some of my own blood, at the base of that ancient carving as a warning and a tribute to this land's raw power. The cost was immense, but the lesson, the sheer volume of unseen life, is now etched into my very bones. Leela's already picking up faint, distant signals of a new portal opening, a world of shimmering, crystalline structures, and a pervasive, acrid tang of burnt magic. It feels like a place where the very ground could shatter beneath us. What do you guys think we'll find when we step into that kind of instability?